we're starting to bleed the air out of the boiler. I've got the water turned on, and this Calafi valve, you can adjust the pressure, use a flat screwdriver. The more pressure you can use, the better it pushes out the air bubbles. And right now I've got this valve closed, and I've got the basement loop. That's the zone we're bleeding. This is why I build the manifold the way I do, so I can connect my hose at one point and bleed the entire system. Right? Then that's why you've got an isolation valve here, so that you're forcing the water the way you want it to go. Otherwise, it just would go through the heat exchanger, the path of least resistance. Okay, the other thing that we need to do is we need to loosen this little cap. You can hear that, that's the air coming out of the automatic air vent, or this is called an air separator, air scoop. So you just do one zone at a time, and you usually bleed them until you can feel the temperature. Now I can feel the air bubbling in there. I've switched zones, and you can see how much air is in the next zone. That's what happens when you change out the boiler. You get a lot of air in the system, not just changing the boiler. Anytime you open the system up to work on it, you can get a lot of air in it. And I've seen other plumbers work on the boiler and not bleed the system. This much air will cause an airlock, and that's where the pump just doesn't have enough force to move that bubble through the lines. So that's why it's important to bleed the system. The other thing I didn't mention, always make sure your power is off when you are purging the air out.